unavailable and our vice chairman is unavailable, so I guess I'll call the meeting to order. And if we want to select temporary chairman, Tom Weaver was actually the chairman, and he has left the committee. Tim Van Diak was the vice chair. So if we want to have someone either make a nomination for a temporary chair or...
Well, I would nominate Alder Rasmussen to just sit in as a temporary chair until we get enough people together and do something official.
I'll accept nomination.
Is there a second? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay. And then we do have a new committee member, Margaret Pagora. Can you hear us? Yeah, okay. Awesome. I'm going to unmute you, Margaret, so you can speak at any time. I have all of the other applicants on mute right now, but if you have questions, then I'll unmute them. So we had minutes of the previous meeting. If you recall, the last meeting of the Room Tax Commission actually was a joint meeting with Finance, and I apologize, but that didn't get in the packet. So we'll postpone that till the next meeting.
Okay. So we'll hold action on item number 2, and we'll have that next time.
Yep.
So then item number 3 on our agenda is discussion and possible action regarding an update on 2020 room tax revenue. It looks like we actually squeaked out of 2020 with a little bit of money.
Yes, if you recall, the Room Tax Commission had some funds left over from 2019, about $89,000 left from 2019. And then we earned in room tax revenue $511,000. And based on state statutes, the city gets to retain $431,000 of that, leaving about $79,000 left for the commission. The room tax retained by the hotels comes out of that, and then the Grand Theater, we had allocated $10,000 for them, which left a balance of $153,175.90. So, and for the month of January, things were up a little bit in room tax, so that's good. And the hotel that had been in renovations is now open. So both of those things, the recovering economy and having another hotel open will help us in 2021.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Item number 4 is discussion and possible action evaluating and awarding 2021 tourism grants. And you'll see that in the packets we have 5 applications to consider. They don't add up to even close to the amount that we have to disperse, but at least a couple of events are looking to conduct and take flight in 2021, which is a positive since last year we had none. And did you want to do a quick review of the applicants? We've got a request from Leoki Woodson for Birds and Art. We've got various events for Iron Bowl. We have a request from the Grand, Blues Fest from Wausau Events, and Festival of Arts in September are the 5 that have applied.
Yes. And the Leokis is actually funds they had left over from the 2019 grant.
Right, so they're looking for a carryover but not new funding.
Right.
Okay.
That's my understanding.
Okay. Committee members, any discussion on the event applications that we've received? Go ahead, Tom.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, what we're looking at, for the most part here is a number of entities and activities that have a history that we're well aware of and comfortable with working, in a partnership with these organizations. And, due to the modest request for money versus our available funds, I would just make a move to approve them all and skirt the scoring process.
Okay. Yes, I actually did the scoring, but they all scored such that they would qualify for funding anyway when I did my sheets as well. So we have a motion on the floor to approve the grant requests at the amounts requested. Is there a second? Second by Martins. Further discussion or questions? Okay. Let's see. Andrea Larson, go ahead and ask your question.
I just want to make a clarification so I'm making sure that I'm not misrepresenting anything. Where it says over 1,000 hotel stays, that's estimated for the entire greater Wausau area, not necessarily just the city of Wausau. So I just want to make sure that's transparent.
Right, no, we understand that. That's typical with most applications. Any additional discussion or questions? If not, we have a motion and a second to approve the grant requests, and we'll vote by voice vote tonight since Margaret is on WebEx with us. So Neil?
Aye.
Martins?
Aye.
Pagoria?
Aye.
And I'll vote aye as well, and those applications are approved. Item number 5 is discussion and possible action regarding a memorandum of understanding with the Wausau Central Wisconsin Convention and Visitors Bureau. We also have this item posted for closed session discussion. Is there anything that we want to discuss in open session prior to entering closed session with regard to this item? Go ahead, Mayor.
Yes, I guess I'll just give you a little maybe intro for everyone here and there. So what we're doing here is last year we obviously had a decision to remove ourselves from the contract with the Convention and Visitors Bureau. I know that in this group and in groups that I'm a part of, there's still a strong desire to be a part of a regional tourism push. And so we've been talking as municipalities about what we need moving forward. You know, there were a lot of things that we struggled with. And eventually we came to the table together and we said, you know, maybe if the Convention and Visitors Bureau can meet this criteria, we would be willing to come and renegotiate a contract. So what you're going to be talking about today is a memorandum of understanding. It wasn't just me coming up with this. I worked with Weston and then also the president of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. And so that's kind of what you'll be considering. And if you approve of it, then we can, you know, move on from there to discuss contracts.
Okay, and this memorandum, at least as an interim measure, is the result of the mediation?
Yes.
That you were part of?
Yes, yep.
Okay. With that, we have, go ahead, Tom.
Oh, no, I was just going to read it.
Oh, okay, yes, if you want to read our closed session motion, and we'll go to closed session. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I move that we go to closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statute S 19.85 sub 1 sub G for the purpose of conferring with legal counsel for the rendering of oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved, specifically regarding the Memorandum of Understanding with the Wausau Central Wisconsin Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Okay, we have,
For the people on the WebEx, I will be shutting off the video and muting.
right, and we're such a small group that I was going to suggest that we convene our closed session in the Maple Room and then return to this room, so you don't have to disable the video and the WebEx.
Okay.
So we've got a motion for closed session. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Martins. We'll go ahead and vote then on closed session. Neil?
Aye.
Martins?
Aye.
Pagoria?
Aye.
I'll vote aye as well.
Is Margaret going to be able to, you know, participate in the Maple
I
Room?
think by council rules, closed session requires in-person appearance, does it still?
Well, for decisions, but I think she can, you know,
Participate in the discussion?
Yeah.
Okay, so then we can either do the closed session in this room and
We-
disable
we
the
just
WebEx.
close off in
If you
here.
prefer to do that, okay. We can do that. We'll wait then until the WebEx and public access have both disabled.
Public access here. I'll shut this off though.
Chris is sitting back there.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I missed that.
Chris, is the broadcast off? Okay. Let me know when you're back on, Chris. Okay, he's good. Yep, public access, we're back on. Let the record show the committee has convened back into open session. Item number 7 on our agenda is to reconvene in open session and take action regarding the Memorandum of Understanding with the Wausau Central Wisconsin Convention and Visitors Bureau. For those who have been watching this situation, for the benefit of our viewers at home, a number of months ago, Wausau decided to terminate its agreement at the end of last year with the Central Wisconsin Convention and Visitors Bureau based on some differences that we felt we couldn't reconcile. Following that, the mayor engaged in some mediation between the parties involved with some of our neighboring communities as well to see if common ground could be found in hopes of finding a way to move forward, perhaps with a new contract and a new framework for the collaboration between them and the city of Wausau. That has yielded a document or a memorandum of agreement that was presented this evening, and that really just sets the stage for negotiations to begin between the CVB and the city of Wausau and our neighboring partners to establish some new contracts, and drafts of which are not yet available. Any comment or questions from committee members at this time? If not, do we have a motion to accept the memorandum of agreement between the Wausau Convention and Visitors Bureau and representatives of the city of Wausau?
I would move to approve going forward with this memorandum of agreement as minimally amended by City Council on page 2. So there.
Okay. Do we have a second? Second by Martins. And then, just for the record, this is obviously not a draft contract. The city isn't bound by it yet, but this does then allow some negotiation to begin for the terms of a contract. The draft contract will come back to this commission and the Finance Committee and proceed to Common Council. So none of this is final, but this will at least set the stage for some negotiations between municipalities and their legal teams and the CVB. So with that, we have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the memorandum of agreement. We'll go ahead and vote on that. Martins?
Aye.
Neal?
Aye.
Pagoria?
Aye.
And I'll vote aye as well, and that item will pass unanimously.
Thank you.
That's the last item on our agenda tonight, so I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Neal, is there a second? Second by Martins. Members in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. We'll stand adjourned. Thank you. We'll stand adjourned, and we'll reconvene what will likely be a joint meeting between Room Tax and the Finance Committee when the draft contract is ready for approval. And at that time, we will also then elect a chair for this committee going forward. So I'm only it today. So we'll stand adjourned then. Thanks, everyone.